everyone. I just wanted to make a little review of the Winix 5500-2 air purifier. And I've had this for about a year now, and I will say that it works very, very well. The air always smells very clean in the room. I have a fairly small room here, and it really cleans the air very well. It does very well at what it does. And so I bought this air purifier around September of 2021, I believe, and so far it's been serving me very well. In terms of performance, this air purifier does the job very well and is probably one of the best air purifiers that you can get out there on the market. So right now it's on the 3rd fan speed, and this is the fan speed I usually keep it at. You know, sometimes I go higher, sometimes I like to go turbo. Turbo is really cool. It's not that loud on turbo. Some people think it's really loud, but to me it's not. But usually I keep it on 3rd fan speed. Yeah, it is a 3 stage filtration system. So here's the pre-filter. It's just a screen filter. This just captures the bigger particles, larger particles, and hair. See, there's a lot of hair there. Here's the carbon filter. It's pellet based, which is a lot better than those fibrous carbon filters that most other air purifiers have. I will say that, you know, I think these pellet-based carbon filters might have some problem with carbon dust. So like if you were to like wipe your hand on the carbon filter, you'll get some carbon dust on your fingers, which is not really that good. I would recommend to rinse the carbon filter out first before you use it. That way it just rinses out all that carbon dust, and then it would be fine, which is what I did, and so far I've not had any problems. So and here's the main filter, the true HEPA filter. This is the replacement filter that I just replaced not too long ago. It's new filter, brand new filter. I know it doesn't really quite look like that on camera, but you know, it's a new filter. I noticed that the filter that it came with, it was getting dirty. So it was getting exceptionally dirty, and so I felt like I needed to replace it. The filter check light didn't come on though, so but the filter itself looked pretty dirty, so I thought, you know, maybe I should just go ahead and you know, replace the filter, because it's already been about a year now. So so I did that. I noticed I found out something about the filter check light, and that Winix told me that the filter check light is not just a timer that's set to 12 months. There is actually a particle sensor inside of the unit, the unit, that measures the particulate matter that's going through the filter, and if a certain percentage is not being filtered, or basically, you know, it measures the airflow of the filter, and like if it gets to a certain percentage, then the filter check light will come on, and that will indicate like how dirty the filter is and when you should replace it. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not sure if that's really the case, but like that's what Winix told me. the other thing is that what I notice is that the ambient, well, I'm going to start with the air quality sensor. It doesn't really measure overall air quality, which is kind of a bummer. The only thing that it senses is odors, and that's the only thing it senses. It does not sense particulate matters. It only detects odors, and the light will change, you know, based on the air quality of the room, which really it's just you know, sensing odors, and that's it. You know, I believe that you know, an air purifier should have both an odor sensor and a particulate sensor. That way it can really, you know, sense the overall air quality. But unfortunately this unit only has an odor sensor. But that's not all that important, because these sensors on these units are not like all of that particularly great. I mean, you know, an air quality sensor, if you want to get one of those cost a lot more money than this unit here. So, but anyways, I digress. I'm gonna put this back in here. This unit cost me about like 170 bucks on Amazon, which is a pretty good deal. So it just goes in like that. Goes in, boom, click, and we'll turn it back on. Does a nice little chime there. I'll put it on fan speed 3. And another thing I like about this unit is that it has PlasmaWave. Some people will get really concerned about PlasmaWave, and but really, from my research, I've seen a video on YouTube that people have done ozone tests on this unit. They took an ozone meter and they literally put it on top of this the output vent, and the meter only detected no ozone at all. So they concluded that this unit does not produce any ozone, and the meter only showed 0.00, and which is great. I do think that PlasmaWave is definitely a better and more advanced ionizer than most other ionizers that come with the other air purifiers. Basically, PlasmaWave creates hydroxyls, which means that it's creating dual polarity ions, both negative and positive, and instead of making the particulates in the air heavier so that they fall to the ground, it basically breaks down the pollutants and like turns them into water molecules, I think. More information about that will be in the description below. It'll take you to Winix's website that will explain everything about PlasmaWave. But I really like PlasmaWave. I think it's just better when the PlasmaWave is on, and it really, like, you know, they say it puts like the air into a plasma state, which I really like. And it's a really nice feature to have, and I use it all the time, and it's pretty good. So one negative about this unit, and the only negative, is that I just wish, you know, the controls were kind of configured in a different way. Like, for example, to really make this unit better, I think they should just ditch the sleep mode, because the sleep mode, it puts the fan into a very, very low fan speed, which is going to be obviously a very low CFM and is not moving much air. And it's nice that it, you know, turns off the illumination because it has an ambient light sensor, but that can only be done in sleep mode. It doesn't do it when you're in other fan speeds. Like, I think, you know, they should just ditch the sleep mode and just you know, let the ambient light sensor turn off the illumination, and still have it set to any fan speed that we want. That's what I think they should have done. And you know, these fan speeds, the first 3 fan speeds are quiet enough. Like, if I put it on fan speed 1, I can't hear it at all. Like, it is very, very quiet. Like, I can barely even hear it. And fan speed 2, I can kind of sort of hear it, but not really. It's very, very quiet. It's a very quiet machine. Fan speed 3, you can kind of sort of hear it, but it's not, it's still very quiet. It's not all that loud at all. But when you put it on turbo, okay, you can definitely hear it. It is definitely noticeable. However, it's not very harsh sounding. It's not very loud. It's actually quite nice. It's actually quite of a nice white noise. So it's not overbearing at all. It's not too noisy to me. I think it's, you know, quite fine. So it, you know, the higher noise level doesn't bother me that much. It's very tolerable to me. Anyways, I'm gonna try this on auto. And so basically, when you have it on auto, if you turn off the light in your room, it's going to turn off the illumination, and it'll put it on sleep mode, and we've already talked about that. It does come with a remote, but my remote broke, and so I gotta get another one. But I'm just currently just using the buttons on here. It does have a timer. You know, I don't ever use the timer. I just let the unit run all the time. Yeah, anyways, it's a very great air purifier. It is by far one of the best ones you can get on the market. You know, I'm a big fan of PlasmaWave. I love it. Basically, it's an amazing and definitely a good buy. Probably the best thing I ever bought. Yeah, one last thing I want to cover is that I know some people like me, including me, wonder what are the CFM levels for each fan speed? Well, on sleep mode, it's about 38 CFM. On fan speed 1, which is what it's at right now, it's at 84 CFM. And fan speed 2, it's at, I believe, 100 CFM, about, yeah, somewhere around there, about 100 CFM. And fan speed 3, it's at 131 CFM on fan speed 3. So we are at high setting right now. And turbo is about 247 or 250 CFM. So those are very good numbers there. And the CFM levels for each fan speed I will put in the description so that you guys can see that. And this is according to Winix. So I've called up Winix, I've asked them, hey, what's the CFM levels for each fan speed on this unit? And those are the numbers that they gave me. So anyways, this about wraps it up for this video. definitely one of the best air purifiers you can get on the market. And yeah, it definitely works. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and you guys take care. Thanks.